Happy birthday to Lainey Wilson. And she recently came out with a song that mentions Laredo.
Did she
Flying
really?
over Laredo. Yeah.
Wow. And you know, she just took home Entertainer of the Year again. So congratulations
And if
to
you
her.
get the opportunity, go back and watch how she started from the bottom and now where she is.
Yeah, a very
I like
successful
it. Like
story
they
there.
passed through a hard time and then look what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Movies.
okay, what movie did you see this weekend?
Final Destination.
Oh,
I
my
had
gosh.
to. I had to. You know, it is gruesome. I know you don't like it because you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And people are like, some people liked it, some people didn't. But you know, I can't say much because many of you probably haven't watched it, but I would consider it. It was a good movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
But it dropped Thunderbolts to second place and then Sinners to third place.
Wow.
You haven't watched Sinners, right?
I have not. I still want to go do it. But you know, we have a really big box office coming up this weekend. That's right. We've got Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise.
And then Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch,
oh,
exactly.
No. Let's see how it goes. You know,
we started with the summer movies.
It's a little bit like who's gonna win, you know, the top box.
Well, kids, I believe, are going to be out of school by next weekend or the weekend after that. So, you know, it's going to do very well.
And Lilo and Stitch goes back to, back.
Yeah.
So there's going to be all age groups watching
Very
Lilo
true.
and Stitch. Yeah.
Very true.
Let's see how it goes.
Lots to look forward to. Thanks a lot, Yolanda. Well, Apple CarPlay is getting an upgrade. It's called CarPlay Ultra. One of the biggest features is that it shows information from the driver's iPhone, such as maps and media, in the instrument cluster. Right now, CarPlay users can see those features on the car's entertainment system. Drivers will also be able to change radio and climate control settings through Siri. It is currently only available on new Aston Martin models. Apple also says it will soon be available in Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis cars following a software update. The company expects that it'll be available to other automakers within the next year. You must also have an iPhone 12 or a newer model running iOS 18.5.
Lots of new things going on.
Yeah, those little cars turning into an office now. And finally from us, just a big shout out and thank you to the folks over at Newman Elementary for inviting me to speak at their career day this morning. I had such a wonderful time speaking to 4 kinder classes on what it's like to be a reporter and a news anchor and the role we play in keeping the community informed on everything from local, state, and national news. Of course, they wanted to hear about all the fun stuff. And then we even got a chance to do a little role playing with the cameras and a mic there. So just a big shout out to the kids over there and all of the staff at Newman Elementary for making us and all the other folks who went out there for Career Day feeling very welcome.
This is something wonderful, something good, you know, that students could learn. Maybe later on they might want to enter the newsroom and be like a reporter, an anchor, a weather forecaster, or work in production too.
Very true. Can be behind the camera because we can't do anything in front of the camera without our folks behind the camera.
Everything connects together.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, speaking of weather out there.
Happy birthday to Cher.
79.
She's
oh,
so
my word.
beautiful.
She looks amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, oh my gosh.
Toy
Conan.
Story.
I know. Conan and Toy
Smarty
Story.
Pants.
That is
It's
going to be
funny.
I just, you know, I was mentioning I don't remember if I saw Toy Story 4.
Oh.
I know I've seen almost all of them, but I need to go back and do a reboot on that one.
The last one
Toy
that
Story
I saw
5.
is where he gives his toys off because
to
he
the
goes
little
to college.
girl. Yes. Okay, okay, we saw that one then. Okay, so we're good with that one. Denzel Washington, of course, icon, very deserving of every award that's out there.
Yes.
So that is something definitely to look forward to. And Sesame Street on Netflix.
Good,
that
you
is going to
know,
be a huge boost.
They continue with the season.
Yeah, absolutely true. Meet 80-year-old Horacio Rodriguez. He's a U.S. Vietnam veteran who, at the age, as I mentioned, of 80 years old, he became a college graduate on May 15th. He walked the stage and received his Bachelor of Arts degree after pursuing his lifelong passion of painting. His college experience was not without its difficulties, though. He says at 80, he did struggle with memory, but he never gave up. And while he may have achieved his goal, he says he still has lots more plans.
Continue expressing different subjects on my paintings, and that's what I'm going to do. I love painting, and I'm going to continue painting. I also going to try and see if I could get a job with elementary students to teach them how to paint, how to draw.
Wow, sign him up. That is so cool there. Well, he hopes his journey will motivate his grandchildren to continue their education and encourages others to fight for their dreams. For his full story, you can check it out on our website at kgns.tv.
Congratulations to him. Woo!
Yes, our school districts need to hire him.
Yes,
definitely.
they do. So he could also keep his mind busy.
Well, you're never too old to have game. Take a look at these grannies. They're members of the Granny Basketball League in the Houston area. The minimum age to play is 50 years old. Unlike regular basketball, Granny Basketball has no running, no jumping. You can dribble twice, then you have to pass or shoot. The uniforms are different too. They're based on ladies' basketball uniforms from the 1920s.
This is such a good idea, you know, from them just being there, sitting down, probably just watching a movie. They could be playing basketball.
Absolutely.
We're playing basketball.
Yeah, staying active, so important.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you, Mr. T.
I know. Wow, happy birthday to him.
Dora the Explorer.
25 years.
Yeah, and they're
wow.
going to do like a sequel of it, so it's very nice.
Oh, lots of kids are
Jurassic
just going to
World.
love that.
Jurassic World, Scarlett Johansson.
Uh-huh.
She just finished doing SNL and now this.
I know, exciting stuff ahead. We were just talking about that yesterday. We've got lots to look forward to this summer. Into qualifying in this year's 2025 National Spelling Bee. He's 14-year-old Alejandro Martinez. He is a student from Raul Perales Middle School. He'll be heading over to DC to compete to be the top speller in the country. Now, Alejandro had competed last year. He actually tied for 60th place, but he is back and says he is ready for another opportunity to secure the top spot. The competition starts this coming Tuesday, May 27th. Can you spell? Best of luck to Alejandro. Congratulations to him, already a winner for us here in Laredo, and we know he's going to do fantastic in DC.
Yay, congratulations, Alejandro. Woo!
I know, we're very excited.
May 27th, right?
May 27th.
He's
next
ready.
Tuesday.
He's excited.
Before you go, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And one bar in Boston is remembering the name Norm. Actor and comedian George Wendt passed away yesterday at the age of 76. He was most famous for playing Norm Peterson on the show Cheers. After his passing, though, fans rushed to the real-life Cheers bar in Boston to pay their respects. The bar even put up a memorial at Norm's seat at the end of the bar. The Cheers bar website even has a memorial page honoring Wendt titled One for the Road.
Wow, they even have a bar? Like a
Yeah.
real-life bar?
So the show is based off a bar in Boston named Cheers. And so the real-life bar even paid homage to him because in the show, he's always there. He's a customer who's always there drinking with his friends.
And he's always happy. Cheers.
Yeah, and he's always happy. And they always know his name.
Yeah,
And now we turn it over to weather.
And maybe
Yolanda.
we're going to have some cheers for us because we're looking at rain channel.
Summer does it big. I'll say very good movies coming out.
Oh my gosh, I know. I need to go back and see that and start
Megan
taking
2.0
notes.
and then Jurassic World.
World.
That one's going to be very cool to watch 3D.
Yeah,
Lilo and
definitely.
Stitch comes out today, and I know all theaters are already booked. And then Superman is also coming out.
Yep.
Like, oh my gosh, how many movies did we just see
you
for
basically
summer?
just need to plan out what the summer's going to be
And
so
you
that
know,
you can watch
perfect
everything.
because we know here in Texas the heat. You know, why go out
We
there?
need to stay
Stay
inside.
inside.
Absolutely. Well, other movies that Hollywood is bringing to theaters this summer include an adaptation of Stephen King's The Life of Chuck, Sydney Sweeney in Americana, and the 41st anniversary of the mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap. Haven't heard too much about that, but lots of things to look forward to.
We're going to be
Exactly.
busy watching movies for summer.
Yes, graders from middle schools across Laredo had a day to remember. They were selected as 8th grader of the year at their respective middle school, with the top 3 winners based on a written essay winning prizes. First place going to Salvador Garcia Middle School student Angel Pruneda. Congratulations to him and the others. The 8th Grader of the Month program is an initiative between the Laredo Police Department and KGNS, with several businesses and community members sponsoring the program. Once again, congratulations to all of those 8th graders on a job well done. Of course, good luck to them as they head into high school now.
And congratulations, you know, their essay was well written. That's why they won 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. Very detailed, very heart-touching too as well.
Absolutely.